Why does everything seem to go wrong for me? Why is it that every time something appears to be good, it just ends up blowing up in my face? Why do things appear to be good in the first place if they always end up letting me down? What's the purpose of being let down? By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding on the purpose of being let down and how it can help you on your journey to becoming the best version of you. So, grab yourself a cup of tea, stay tuned, and let's talk about it. Hello, Howell family. I'm your host, HC. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Tea with HC, where we discuss the issues that concern you on your journey to being true to you. In this episode, we're discussing the purpose of being let down. Having your hopes built up and then shattered before you get the chance to experience them is like having a rug pulled right from under your feet. Being let down is being defeated in expectation or hope. It is believing something to be and then coming to the realization that things are far from what they seem. Being let down can be disheartening and cause confusion, distraught, and even resentment. However, because of its revealing nature, being let down is often the foundation necessary for growth and understanding on your journey to becoming the best version of you. For example, let's say you had a crush on someone and you conjured up the courage to finally ask them out. Based on your assessment, this person was perfect for you, from the way that they looked to the way that you believed that they thought and carried themselves. On paper, everything matched out. However, when you expressed your interest, the person blatantly rejected you for reasons that you weren't even willing to clearly understand at the time. Although it may be disappointing at first, being let down in this way reveals aspects and truths about yourself that you have yet to explore and understand. For example, you could learn from how you presented yourself and challenge yourself to make a more confident approach if need be on the next time. You could learn from your interests by tasking yourself to understand what drew you to this person in the first place. You could learn from your expectations by asking yourself what you expected to happen and why did it not happen that way. Then, this letdown that seemed to be so devastating at first turns into a teacher instead of a threat to your progress on your journey. Always remember, everything happens for a reason, and when one door closes, another door opens up. That letdown can even go on to teach you that your ambitions for that person were actually vain, and thus, being with them may have not turned out as great as you imagined because of the reality of who that person really was. Therefore, that letdown actually saved you from a lot of trouble. Always remember, sometimes the very thing that you want is exactly what had to be avoided in order to get what you actually needed to continue to become fulfilled on your journey to being true to you. I'll show you how being let down can inspire a better version of you by helping you appreciate your process, by building character, and by inspiring creativity. Hopefully, that I could enjoy some of this tea. First, being let down helps you appreciate the process. Being let down has a way of grounding you and helping you appreciate the journey to success because it encourages patience and humility on the journey to becoming fulfilled. Being let down can be seen as a guiding step towards the achievement of your goal, and letdowns may even strengthen your ambition to go forward. Always remember, failure is not the opposite of success. Rather, it is an ingredient to the success that you seek. For example, let's say your goal is to be married to the love of your life, which you have yet to meet. You begin your journey dating with high hopes and clear intention, but with no actual experience as to what married life will be like, or what is needed on your end to maintain that lifestyle once it is attained. Because of this, it is important to gain that experience in order for your truth to be manifested. In this case, being let down on your journey by trying in relationships, failing, and learning will help guide you towards the married life that you are striving for. You can then rationalize getting your heart broken on the way, or being broken up with by someone that you thought was the one for you, to being part of the process towards the goal of getting that marriage that you seek. Being let down helps you respect the time and energy necessary for sustainable success, and can be a reminder that if something comes too easy, it is likely to leave you just as easily. Therefore, never fret at being let down. Always appreciate the process and continue to grow forward on your journey to becoming the best version of you. Second, being let down builds character. As said by business mogul and American recording artist 50 Cent, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain, and the sun wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for rain. Being let down builds character by exposing you to the contrasting realities of life, and these contrasts help to paint a more vivid picture of reality. When we are let down, it tends to feel like only darkness is ahead of us. This truth is amplified when we are let down by people that we held in high esteem or in situations that we felt protected. However, it is important to accept that things that are not working as they should often have to come apart in order to be adequately reconstructed. Being let down can be seen as slicing through illusions of perception so that you may have the opportunity to experience a more complete picture of life. For example, let's say you are a very talented badminton player. You've loved badminton since you were a child and always wanted to be a professional badminton player. However, although everyone else always had to practice to excel at the sport, you've always excelled with ease because of the innate talent that you have been blessed with. However, because of this talent, you always avoided practice, since you rather just have fun and hang out with your friends. Thus, when the Badminton Olympics came around, instead of practicing and giving the competition all of your attention, as every other competitor did, you decided that you would do the same thing that you have always done and rely solely on your talent to compete on the world stage at the Olympics. To your demise, you end up losing the very first seeding match by a landslide. In this scenario, being let down in such a grand manner may be the exact realization necessary for you to get your act together. Not only did you face a loss, but you lost at the very beginning, and now you have to face the shame of going back home and trying to explain such a blowout. This letdown will be like a splash of cold water to the face. It quickly reveals that if you expect to be the best, you will have to adapt and take yourself seriously as other world competitors. The letdown exposes you to the shocking reality that what you may take lightly is something that someone else across the world dedicates their entire life to. As denoted in the example, being let down builds character by encouraging you to see life for what it is and inspiring you to stay dedicated because success does not happen overnight, no matter how talented you may be. Being let down also builds character by showing you what others are made of. Being let down by someone that you held in high esteem might quickly reveal their priorities and the depth of their understanding and appreciation of your relationship with them. This is because when we are let down, we often try to soften the blow by believing that the situation is something different than it actually is. But as said by Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they are, it is important to believe them the first time. Appreciate your letdowns and continue to grow forward on your journey to becoming the best version of you. Finally, being let down inspires creativity. Being let down inspires creativity by helping you appreciate that there are different routes towards a desired goal or objective, and the route that you took may simply have been the one that does not work for you. Being let down promotes new thoughts and perspective to the problems that you face. It helps you accept that if your goal is going to be accomplished, you will need to find alternate ways to reach that destination. For example, let's say you always wanted to be a photographer. You therefore decided to take photography courses at school. But because your vision was uncanny, the educators never understood your talent and thus failed you repeatedly. But, as commonly said, when one door closes, another one opens up. Being let down in this way can inspire new approach towards your goal, such as doubling down on your vision and creating your own photography studio, and having your vision being worked on and exposed through different avenues than a conventional one. As denoted in the example, this creativity is only inspired when things do not go as anticipated. Being let down can therefore motivate you to do different and inspire progress through change on your journey to becoming the best version of you. To put it all together, we can now assess that being let down can play a significant role in your life by helping you appreciate your process, by building character, and by inspiring creativity. We can now clearly denote that not only does being let down serve a purpose, but it can also be a very necessary element to having a fulfilled and successful life. What do you think about being let down? I would love to read your comments as I finish this cup of tea, so please comment below. Like this channel and consider subscribing if you haven't already. That's it for today's episode of Tea with HC. Hope this helped you on your journey to being true to you. I'll see you here next time on Howell Consultations, the how to being true to you.